Despite being under pressure from the United States, U.S., regarding the purchase of helicopters made in Russia, the Philippines remains unmoved and will continue the contract to purchase Mi-17 helicopters. The Philippine Air Force (PAF) is expected to begin receiving the first phase of 17 new Mi-17 twin-engine multirole transport helicopters from Russia by the end of 2023. On March 10, Philippine Secretary of National Defense Delfin Lorenzana said in a statement to the media that the contract and initial advance for the Mi-17 acquisition project had been completed. "We uphold our contractual obligations and pay attention to circumstances that may affect the project. Currently, the responsibility for compliance and results under the contract rests with Russia." The Mi-17 helicopter is a Soviet-designed Russian military helicopter family introduced in 1975, Mi-8M, continuing in production as of 2021 at 2 factories in Kazan and Ulan-Ude. It is known as the Mi-8M series in Russian service. The helicopter is mostly used as a medium twin-turbine transport helicopter, as well as an armed gunship version. Developed from the basic Mi-8 airframe, the Mi-17 was fitted with the larger Klimov TV3-117 MT engines, rotors, and transmission developed for the Mi-14, along with fuselage improvements for heavier loads. Optional engines for hot and high conditions are the 1,545 kW, 2070 shp, Isotov TV3117BM. The designation Mi-17 is for export. Russian armed forces call it Mi-8MT. The Mi-17 can be recognized because it has the tail rotor on the port side instead of the starboard side, and dust shields in front of the engine intakes. Engine cowls are shorter than on the TV2-powered Mi-8, not extending as far over the cockpit, and an opening for a bleed air valve outlet is present forward of the exhaust. Citation needed. Actual model numbers vary by builder, engine type, and other options. As an example, the 16 new Ulan-Ude-built machines delivered to the Czech Air Force in 2005 with VM model engines were designated as Mi-171 Shish, a development of the Mi-8 AMTSH. Modifications include a new large door on the right side, improved Czech-built uphold, and Kevlar armor plates around the cockpit area and engines. 8 have a loading ramp in place of the usual clamshell doors and can load a vehicle up to the size of an SUV. In May 2008, licensed production of the Mi-17 started in China, with production being led by MIL Moscow Helicopter Plant JSC and the Sichuan Lanshan Helicopter Company Limited in Chengdu, Sichuan Province. The plant built 20 helicopters in 2008, using Russian Ulan-Ude supplied kits. Annual production was expected to increase to 80 helicopters. The variants planned to be built by Lanshan include the Mi-171, Mi-17V-5, and Mi-17V-7. In 2021 it was reported that China was replacing the Russian-made Mi-17 with their own Z-20, except possibly for the Mi-171 Shish assault helicopter. The last Mi-17 order was in 2014. In 2021 the website of Russian Helicopters, the manufacturer, said that the Mi-817 was the most widely operated helicopter in history. In 2019, the Philippine Air Force reportedly expressed its interest in acquiring 16 Mi-171 helicopters for its heavy-lift helicopter requirement, with a possible option to add one Mi-171 that is fitted for VVIP transport, in a deal worth $12.5 billion to be signed during the official visit to Russia by President Rodrigo Duterte. From March 3 to 7, 2020, a delegation composed of Philippine military and defense officials, and officials of the Embassy of the Philippines in Russia met with representatives from Sovtechnoexport and visited the Ulan-Ude aviation plant. Local defense blog Max Defense Philippines reported that a Notice of Award, NOAA, was issued during the third quarter of 2020, although it was unclear if it was awarded to Sovtechnoexport or Rosoberone Export.